condemning it to war and conflict. I have to love Africa because of the pictures I see. The beautiful children wasting away with hunger, dying of AIDS before they even know what that is, being conscripted into wars that they have no stake in and no benefit to winning. I have to love Africa because God has broken my heart for the people and challenged me to push past those excuses. It is so complicated. It's always been that way, and it's certainly not my responsibility. I have to love Africa because it's part of the earth. I have to love nature because it feeds humanity, and God designed it to replenish itself, to recycle its energy and resources so there would always be enough. The trees would breathe in carbon dioxide and breathe out oxygen, and the people would do the opposite, so we could always live in harmony with green leaves and flowers. I have to love nature because it's such a cool, beautiful, and useful gift, and we were kind of put in charge of it. And a master has a bigger part than to use up and discard. I have to love nature because it's part of my world. I have to love slaves because they are human beings, and too many of them are little children, being used like property for the most base purposes, so that luckier people can drown in their lust, so I can buy those shoes for $8.95 at Walmart, so that a shortage of able-bodied men doesn't mean that the wars have to stop. I have to love slaves because they're being sold in my backyard in St. Paul and Cleveland and Baltimore. And as much as I love to blame Thailand, Cambodia, and the Ukraine, they steal them there to sell them here, and I am not okay with that. I have to love slaves because there are 27 million of them that we know about right now. There are 27 million souls being sold for an average of $90 a piece. And I think human life is worth more than that. It is only luck that has kept me or you from being one of them, and I would want someone to reach out and love me. I have to love slaves because they're part of this thing we call humanity. I have to love America because this is where I live. My grandparents struggled and sacrificed to get here, straining towards the hope that I would have it better. And like almost everyone here, they came from somewhere else, which makes us a unique people, driven like no other to survive, to prevail, to improve. I have to love America because it's such a good idea. Freedom for everyone, equality, opportunity, success. It needs a lot of work. But that's what I do for something that I love. I help, I encourage, I exhort, I challenge. I have to love America because it too is part of this wide world. I have to love children because they need somebody to stick up for them. They are so small and too often defenseless to fight against the challenges of where they were born or people who don't really know how to take care of them, likely to die of diseases they didn't choose, malaria, tuberculosis, pneumonia, diseases we could stop if we really wanted to. I have to love children because they're going to inherit this kingdom we're building. And they were the ones that Jesus used as an example, the ones who suffer